Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Good to Know Shreveport-Bossier. This is a podcast. We showcase all the good things happening around our community. My name's Jeff Binefor. Over here, I have to do this every week, even though I try to resist it. This is my co-host, Paul Reeser. You know, he used to cook French fries for a living. He's a member of the, what is it? The Committee of 100? You're a big shot in that, aren't you?
It's on the...
Is it?
It's on
Does
the
it say
sign
that back
behind
here? Anyway, he's a big shot. Every week we focus on all the cool topics and initiatives that have positive impacts around our community. We have new episodes every other Wednesday, and you can find Good to Know wherever you listen to your podcast. So no excuses. Find it, listen, watch. All right.
Awesome.
Mr. Reeser, we've grown accustomed to this. This is your spot.
Wow.
Announce our illustrious guest.
Well, thank you, Jeff. I always look forward to how in the world you're going to describe me and introduce me every week. Can't put me in a box, Jeff. Maybe a carton.
I'll
French
call you
fry
baby. Can't put baby in the corner or whatever it was.
Well, as per usual, super excited about our guest today. Jeff, you're going to like this one.
I always do, Paul.
I know you do.
Mostly I like your intros. But,
Well,
and they always
they
take
do
so
go
long.
on and on,
So-
yeah. But today we're going to be talking about opportunity. Opportunity for young folks in the area, because you think about college education is getting very, very expensive, I understand.
That's
Is that
for
right,
sure.
Jeff? Yes.
Yeah. Well,
It's-
you had kids, you know.
I know. I got a huge raise last year. My
One of them
final
graduated?
child, the last one finally graduated.
All right.
But you know, some kids opt, they don't want to go to college. They say, I don't want to go into that kind of debt. How can I
Be
get
patient. He'll get around to
How can I get an
introducing
education that's going to prepare me for the workforce before, you know, without going to college? Some kids want to go to college and they want to get some hands-on experience ahead of time. Well, both of those can be accomplished with today's guest.
Oh, well, tell us how.
Are you
that-
interested to find out?
Well, I was until this went on and on, but go ahead.
No, it's super awesome. So we have this thing called the Caddo Career Technology Center.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's usually an acronym, but I wanted to say all the words.
Okay.
But if you're interested in how in the world you're going to get your kid a job, you know, you want them to get out of the house. I know my parents did. Or, you know, if you have a business, you're looking for a workforce. How are we going to find them? We're going to talk to the principal today, Kenneth Berg.
Finally, we got to
Hey, this is worth the wait, because this is a good one. You're going to be impressed. Kenneth, welcome to the show, man.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you gentlemen inviting me to the show and helping me spread the word of the good things that happen at Caddo Career and Technology Center.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, because some people say, oh, you know, Votech, what is that? This is not your father's woodworking shop, Jeff.
Yeah,
This
well, that's good because that was really bad.
state of the art.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what you guys really do there.
Well, Caddo Career and Technology Center, we serve the 10 high schools in Caddo Parish. North Caddo and Vivian, they have their own little mini career center. So we serve the other 10 schools. And so students grades 9 through 12 can sign up for one of our classes at their home school. And basically we work as a center where kids are taking electives. So any student interested in welding, automotive technology, video production, nursing, any of those classes.
How about electrical contracting? Stuff
We
like that?
we have that too.
Nice.
Any of those classes, they sign up at their home school and hop on a bus, ride to the Career Center, take our class, ride back to their home school, and finish their day there. So
they don't just come to your facility for the entire day?
no, sir.
Okay.
They're basically there for just 2 periods, like first and second,
Okay.
that way. And the auto center, they're not just learning how to change tires. I mean, it's high-tech computer understanding the workings of the car, and it's state-of-the-art, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Our automotive center is second to none. We've won awards for the center. The kids, man, when they come in, they learn basics such as changing oil, putting air in tires, but they learn also how to use very advanced diagnostic tools that you would use in a dealership to plug into the car's computer and see what the problems are.
I mean, you got to know all that stuff to work on a car these days.
I know, I put the hood up, I'm like, I don't even know where the
I
oil
know, right?
goes.
Look, my dad was, he was an electrical contractor.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
an electrician before he got off the line, but he was a kind of guy that could run your school. I mean, he
Nice.
was just that kind of guy. He could do anything. I had none of that. I could do none of that stuff. And he would always get so mad at me because he'd make me stay home and work on them, and I'd screw it up. And he'd say, all right, do what you want to do. Go play basketball, or whatever. So, but I admire folks that are doing that kind of stuff. We need more people that do this kind of stuff.
Well, you think about it, it's not just, they may be learning a craft. They're ready to start working. Some of them, when they get out of school, there's certificates that they're getting.
Yes, sir.
But then this is also, to me, a step to own your own business, if you want to own your own business.
Yeah.
We do incorporate a lot of entrepreneurial skills within each one of our programs. So we try to highlight not just the skills within each trade, but also a business side, so they can see the many different aspects, many different careers they could have in the electrical field, or any of our classes. So we spend a lot of time on entrepreneurial skills, soft skills, employability skills.
Well, you said the opportunities available. So yesterday we were talking about what I thought was a narrow field, and you just went off. You gave me like 30 different job opportunities. So you're exposing them to all the possibilities. Give me some examples of that.
We have a summer program, and the summer program is fantastic because students that don't necessarily have room in their schedule at their home school can come over and take a class. It's a 4-week class at the Career Center. They earn a high school credit, an industry-based credential, and they get a $1,000 stipend. Nice. We're finishing up tomorrow. But we had a couple of kids take auto body collision repair a few years ago, and we had some female students that were in that program. They were all college bound. None of them ever even considered a career in auto body collision, but they wanted to be in the summer program. 3 of the girls came back the next fall and took our instructor's class, and he focused their instruction on, like, one of them was an artist, so he focused it on painting and refinishing. Another young lady wanted to be an accountant, so he focused on estimating and the business side of the program. So some of those kids, we can specialize their instruction, and that basically lets more people know that it's not just the skill, but also many different business aspects.
Yeah, that's very cool. Is there one program that's more popular than another, or are they all pretty popular?
Well, all of them are fairly popular, but I told Paul yesterday that the two that fill up the fastest, culinary arts, because kids want to leave their home school, come over, learn how to cook, eat something, and then go back, and welding.
Welding, yeah.
Yes,
I know there's a need for that.
We also have a patient care technician class, which is a little more advanced than a certified nursing assistant, and those classes, very popular. They fill up all kids interested in going into the medical field.
What's the attraction of the welding program?
There are a lot of job opportunities, but kids like to work with their hands, and when you think about it, you've got fire, you've got fire and metal, and you're creating, and it's just a cool environment. I think
when they're done, they can see what they've created something. There's something there in front of them.
Absolutely, and you feel pretty good about yourself if you're able to use your hands and create something and thwart a few sparks as well.
They come in, I imagine, saying, "Oh, that looks cool. That's fun. I get to put on the welding torch." But then you say, "Oh, do you know there's so many different aspects of welding, whether it's regular sheet metal or aluminum or stainless steel, and then you can go to the bottom of the sea or wherever and expose them to all these different opportunities, and maybe some of them say, wow, and I can make a lot of money as a welder."
Yes, sir. And we do have kids who have family members that have worked as welders on pipelines and things like that. And when they come over to our program, we will start them off. We have some virtual welding machines, and we take those to different events so people can try them, and we get them a little experience on that and some background, and then take them into the shop. But we do have some machines that you can control, so you determine what kind of materials you'll be welding, the gas that's used, the temperature, and so kids do learn that there's way more than stick welding to that field.
There's a lot to it.
And I find I've met several CTE teachers. CTE, what is that? Career Technical Education.
Yes, sir.
And they're special folks. They really care about the kids because, and where do they come from? What's the background of your typical CTE teacher?
You know, all over. We have teachers that come from industry. You know, they may have retired. We had a gentleman who worked as an HVAC technician, and then he was in the sales side and decided he wanted to come work with children and help promote the trade. So he came over, and so we have some retirees. We have some traditional teachers that are skilled in these areas, and they come over. And then we have people from the local community that a lot of people don't realize that there are job opportunities in education that don't require the formal education that a teaching certificate does. And I've actually hijacked a few people from around town that I meet at events, and it's like, well, this young lady's an amazing fashion designer. Let me talk to her and see if she would be interested in teaching high school kids.
This is more like practical experience that you can impart, right?
Yes. And so people that have the industry-based certification that relates to their field and 5 years experience can get a career and technical education teaching license.
Okay.
So they don't have to have that formal education. The state realizes the value in their experience.
You could tell everybody how to do French fries, man.
I could teach French fries.
It's culinary arts, man.
They don't trust me in the kitchen. I have spoken to some culinary arts classes before, and it's always, the kids are always fun because they want to know about the business aspect.
Yeah.
How do I start my own restaurant? You know.
Right.
So it's really neat that people from the industry that own a welding business are also teaching the welding and so forth. So they give them that full. Just a full spectrum of education when they come in.
But I mean, I'm assuming you probably get more attention from the kids in these classes because they got to really know how to do something when they're taking these classes.
We have so few discipline problems on our campus because the kids that are there want to be there. They're there for a limited amount of time. They're interested in the subject matter. We have them fully engaged. So we have like an ISS room, a traditional ISS. We go months without there ever being a kid that has to be removed from class. So it's because they are all interested and engaged.
I don't know what ISS stands for.
That means you're a bad kid.
In-school
obviously.
suspension.
No wonder I don't know what they're.
Yeah, well, they never let you get that far.
So I guess it reduces the dropout. Like kids that are in these classes, they have a plan now.
Yes, sir. And
There's
I
an
looked at the national average and the national nationally 97% of kids that are enrolled in CTE courses graduate from high school. So those kids have a much lower dropout rate because they see they see what's going to happen next. You know, they know where they're headed.
Couldn't you just kind of like spout off some of the different? I know you have over 30 classes that you teach. We've talked about welding and culinary arts, but what are some of the other classes that you have?
We have machine shop. And so the kids learn machining, and they're working on the same kind of equipment as places like APP, I think it is, out on North Market. And machining is kind of a lost art these days, and not many kids know what it is. But there's so many opportunities in the field where they're creating parts and tools, and being able to do the CNC programming side to have the machine do what you need it to. It takes a special skill set, and not many kids know what that is. But we have kids that are interested in engineering that we tour kids all over the school all the time and let them know these opportunities. And so we'll have students that weren't aware that there were jobs that did machining, and now they do, and that's where they are.
That's good. What was the origin of the school? How did it get started?
We were Union High School. Back in the school was originally constructed in the 50s as Union High School.
Okay.
And then when Caddo desegregated the district, Union High School was closed down temporarily and converted into a career and technical education center.
Nice. So they were thinking way back then. Huh?
Yes, sir. We had our 50th anniversary a year or so ago.
Nice.
It was exciting.
So do you have HVAC and medical things?
We have in the medical field, kids can take an EMT class. They can take a dental assisting class. Our dental assisting class is very popular, and the kids get to work on state-of-the-art equipment. And we have so many local dentists that are on our advisory council that these kids get to go job shadow, and so many of them are placed to do internships even in high school.
This is a terrific idea, because I mean, like Paul said early on, going to college these days is ridiculously expensive. So, and then it's not for everybody. So your kind of curriculum would suit, I think, a lot of people in this day and age.
Yes, sir, and we're really, my goal, I've been there for 12 years, and over my 12 years, I've worked really hard to get the word out and change the perception, because there were some negative perceptions years ago that skilled trades aren't as valued as a college education.
Till we got to the point where nobody could do anything, right?
Right, right. And when you have to, once you pay to have a plumber come out to your house, and you get that bill, you think, wow, this is a lucrative profession.
Right.
And so kids start seeing that and realize that there's real value in the community of the trades.
Yeah.
Well, I think these technical schools are just vital to the survival of America, really.
Yes, sir.
I'm thinking right now, I read a stat the other day, Jeff, you're going to love this. 10,000 baby boomers a day reach retirement age. 10,000 65-year-olds a day.
Okay.
Wow.
My first reaction to that is I didn't know you could read. But go on.
Well, it was an audio book. And,
I like this.
And 9% of those own businesses. So as these people start to retire, their kids don't want to, a lot of their kids don't want to take over the HVAC business and climb in the attic, or they don't want to take over the plumbing business.
Yeah.
And now, who's going to come fix my air conditioner and all that stuff? So there's a huge job gap.
Yes, sir.
Skills gap out there.
I mean, I mentioned my dad again. I'm boring, I guess, but I mean, he went to, have you heard of a school called Rankin Tech in St. Louis?
No,
It was
sir.
a VOTech school
Really?
way back then, and that's where he went, and learned all of how to be an electrician and all that kind of stuff. But then he wound up having like 40 electricians working for him, and I had no interest in taking that over. I wish I would have now.
It's
But,
a huge opportunity to get trained, to go work for a business, and then learn and either start your own or buy that from that person. I think that's a huge opportunity right now for business.
And years ago, when Mike Rowe had the Dirty Jobs show, he, from that experience, he has really changed the national perception of skilled trades. And he, through the Micro Foundation, they offer all these scholarships and grants for school districts, trying to start programs. And he's done a lot to change the perception of the skilled trades nationally. And that, I think, really was sort of a catalyst to more national awareness of the skills gap.
Yeah,
And
I think we've had enough French art major history, whatever those ridiculous
Enough journalism.
degrees are. Yeah. Yes, 100% on that.
No, they're all important, but some of them, it's harder to make a job right out of school. And I tell you what, every HVAC guy I know is trying to hire like crazy.
yes, sir. And one of the things that we like to do at our school is not just, we're not just trying to sell kids on skills that will give them careers, but we also try to just teach them things that make them a better consumer. Like the automotive class, yes, you learn how to change oil and do some diagnostic work, but you also learn things that'll make you a better consumer. I had some tires put on my car like 5 years ago, and when I mentioned it to the automotive instructor, he was like, well, you can tell when those tires were made and where they were manufactured. I'm, really? And so the kids had just learned this. Oh, show Mr. Berg. I'll be darned if when the kids didn't look at the date of manufacture of the 4 tires, one of them had been made that year and the other 3 were 2 years old. So they're sitting on a shelf for 2 years, and chemically they start to break down after 7. So if I'd have taken that class, I could have looked.
Bingo. Right, yeah. See, that's a good thing to know.
Right.
That's a great thing to know.
Just being a better consumer.
And you get kids from every school there, right?
Yes. Yes.
There's magnet kids and.
Does it cost extra to take these? No, really.
No, sir. No, sir. And to your point, the one of the best things about our school is and I mentioned to you yesterday, Paul, it's really like a melting pot or microcosm of the city of Shreveport, because kids that take our classes will then be in a class with kids that they may never run into in life. And so you build relationships and you just gain a better understanding of people that we wouldn't run into, and those relationships will help strengthen the community. So I think that's one of those positive benefits that people don't realize.
Well, you've been doing this, you said 12 years?
Yes, sir.
So obviously you're passionate about it. What are you most proud about your school?
Well, one, that we've really spread the word about the good things that happen in our school and help that negative perception. I think we're changing that. But we've started, for the past 5 or 6 years, we've really worked to make sure kids earn credentials that are of value to local industry, local businesses. And we have about 76% of the kids that attend our school and take one of our classes leave with a certificate that is recognized by local industry and the state. And that sort of thing wasn't happening when I first took the reins. And part of that's because of the state is really focused on career and tech ed.
Do you get a lot of local businessmen or come in and talk to the kids and make presentations, that kind of stuff?
Absolutely. And we're always looking for more people to join our different program advisory councils. We have guest speakers come in to each of the different programs regularly, and that's what sells kids on careers. Hearing firsthand. It's not the textbook; it's the hearing firsthand. So
now he made a joke out of it before, but do you have a radio television wing of this?
Oh yeah, we have not radio, but we have a film production class.
Sweet.
And we have digital animation. We've got graphic arts, but the film production class, it's top notch. We work with like the local Gregory Kallenberg and Prize Fest. We really participate in Film Prize Junior. We've had students that have placed and won. My kid's only in 8th grade, but he did get audience choice this spring.
Wow, that's awesome.
So we've got a great program for film, digital animation, our graphic arts, commercial art. So the kids learn the art of advertising, and so we've definitely got some of those.
You got it all covered, man. This is awesome.
Is the school completely full, or is there opportunity for people to get in?
No. So last year we had 1,200 kids, a little over, like 1,241. That was the most we've had since I've been there. And when you look, if each class was maxed out, we could have 1,600 students a day.
So that's your max?
That's our max.
Okay.
We could have another 400 kids a day come through there before we're just bursting at the seams.
Yeah, wow.
Well, and you can go all 4 years, so if you have no room for your freshmen, maybe in the next couple of years.
Well, do the kids if they come all 4 years, do they stay with the same program or do they switch around?
No, some of them will like to take the same program for a year or two. Most of them, we like to have them experience different classes. We have one class that we started, it's called Survey of Skilled Trades. And so the kids it's like a month-long unit on carpentry, a month-long unit on electrical, on plumbing. And we go through and the kids experience a little bit of other classes that we offer, and so they can make a more informed choice of what they would like to do. But that's another one of those classes that's just awesome for somebody that one day will own a home, because of the skills you learn.
Sure.
And just exposing people to all the different opportunities there are out there for work that a lot of people don't even know. It's like I was going to be an astronaut or a hamburger flipper. And
you made
the
the right
astronaut
choice.
thing didn't work out, But there was other options. I could have went into something else maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
How popular is that film production program?
It's popular.
Yeah.
We stay full with that particular program.
Yeah,
and with all of the excitement of people coming into town with production companies, and we're really, I think that we would help create a great pipeline of skilled workers for film production and things like that, because the kids, they learn Adobe Premiere Pro, they can learn Adobe After Effects, so we can get them a lot of skills, and I think that really with the energy in Shreveport right now, that's a growing opportunity.
To help with films that are coming to town, we need a bigger film production crews available, but then also every business, they're trying to get everything on the internet now. Everything's social media, so everyone's looking for video production. So I'm sure that's very useful.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's crazy, Jeff.
That's amazing. I just was, he keeps calling you saying, yes, sir. That's the most, you're not used to a level of respect like that.
That's why I'm talking so much. There's a lot of politeness here that I'm just not used to in this room.
I know, right? Keep it up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I did it. You did it again. All right, so where does the school go? Are you actively trying to recruit kids to get to that 1600 level, or is that organic?
Absolutely. We're constantly in the high schools. We do presentations to all the high schools at their registration assemblies, and we send people out to the middle schools. And what we really like to do is have our current students, talk to their peers, and because the word of mouth from student to student, that's what sells the program.
That's your best recruiting tool, huh?
Absolutely.
Can parents and kids come and tour the school during the summer, during the school year?
Yes, sir. We do. We have tours all the time. They call the school, and I personally do many of the tours. If I'm not around, one of my counselors or other staff members, we love showing off what we have. Caddo Parish Schools does a fantastic job of making sure we have what we need, so that the kids receive the best training and education there, and so it's fun to show off, to show those things off.
If they want to get in touch with your school or call you, or how do they get in touch?
The school's website is one of the best ways, caddocareer.com. They can also reach out through social media. As a matter of fact, I encourage people to check out Caddo Career on Facebook and Instagram this week. We have about 25 students at a national competition in Atlanta through our Skills USA, which is a professional student organization. And these kids won their gold medal at the state competition. They're out there competing nationally this week and showing lots of pictures on social media of their progress and what they're doing.
Good for them.
Man, I forgot to even talk about there's some...
we got about a minute.
I know, but you just talked about scholarships. There's scholarships available.
We do have a Caddo Career and Technology Center Foundation, and they provide 40 students a year a $2,000 scholarship each.
Wow.
And it's all funded by members of the local community. So local communities investing in our students, and that's only available to kids that attend the Career Center. So it's something we're very proud of. and another great perk to attending our school.
I'm impressed, man, with what you've been
thank
telling
you.
I
us.
told you it was going to be good.
No, it is good. Yeah.
No, but I would
Usually
recommend-
I don't believe you at all, but this is
About
you're
these
spot on this
guests
time.
we do, but just to go to the website and see all the things available, contact you and go take a tour. I would recommend it to anybody because
Well,
it's
great,
a
great.
great facility.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for being here. We
Oh.
appreciate that.
I appreciate being invited to Good to Know.
Maybe we can come out sometime and take a look at some of these things. That
Well,
would be cool.
and I would highly encourage you to. We'll make sure you hit the culinary
There we
lab.
go.
So
I'll just eat it. He
so
can
you
make
don't
it.
leave hungry.
I like
it.
the way you think. All right, we appreciate being Kenneth Berg from Caddo Career and Technology, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You did good, Paul.
Thanks.
You won't hear that often.
Not from you.
All right, we are done for today. Thanks for being here, and be sure to watch Good to Know, Shreveport-Bossier, wherever you listen to your podcast. Thanks for being here. Have a good one, everybody.